Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Journeys. Today we're coming to you live from our studios in Kokomlemiri on DTT because we're free to on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 125. We are your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Coming up this afternoon, brace yourselves for more power cuts as ECG Gridco announced a 3-week load shedding. We have details of the statement plus gauge the mood of stakeholders on the way forward. Also this afternoon, ECG admits part of its challenges in keeping the lights on is due to financial difficulties. Minority calls out the majority in Parliament for failing to whip members from the Vice President's campaign trail to form quorum to execute business of the House. Details as Speaker adjourns sitting for the second time due to absenteeism.
Came here by 8 o'clock. I was in this parliament. I came and registered. Your members are still not here.
CDD Ghana that is warning the situation could get worse as election campaigns intensify. Plus, repeat or revenge, Sunyai SHS faces off with defending champions St. James Seminary. We are also live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram and X Spaces at Joy News on TV. My personal handle is @Nana Aisha. Please do stay for details. Thanks for choosing us. If you have been experiencing power cuts, well, it's time to brace yourselves for more because Ghana's electricity supply is facing disruptions following a sudden reduction in gas deliveries from Nigeria, causing widespread power outages across the nation. The Ghana Grid Company Limited and the Electricity Company of Ghana, in a joint statement, have announced that critical maintenance work by a Nigerian gas supplier has curtailed gas flow, leading to a significant drop in power generation. The maintenance, which is expected to last 3 weeks, threatens to disrupt daily life and business operations as the country scrambles to manage the fallout. A statement released by Gridco reads, the Ghana Grid Company Limited and the Electricity Company of Ghana wish to inform the public that due to a reduction in the supply from Nigeria since yesterday, Wednesday, June 12, some areas across the country have experienced interruption in power supply. The West Africa Gas Pipeline Company, in a statement, has explained that the reduction in gas supply was due to maintenance works being undertaken by a gas supplier in Nigeria and is projected to last 3 weeks. The maintenance has caused a reduction in overall power generation capacity in Ghana, which could result in load management over the period of work. The maintenance has caused a reduction in overall power generation capacity in Ghana, which could result in load management over the period of work. Gridco and ECG, however, wish to assure the public that we are collaborating with other stakeholders in the power value chain to optimize available resources to ensure minimal impact of the reduction in gas supply on consumers. Gridco and ECG sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused. Meanwhile, the Electricity Company of Ghana has admitted the recent power outages is partly due to financial challenges. Speaking at a forum organized by CSOs in the energy sector, the Deputy Managing Director of ECG, Kwejo, being called on Ghanaians to pay the electricity bills to cushion ECG and help keep the lights on. Mr. Obing added the planned maintenance and insufficient gas supply to power the country's thermal plants are the other problems resulting in the intermittent power supply.
The country as a whole, Africa as a whole, there are financial challenges everywhere. And as you said, if you are able to know, then we can all think through how to manage it. And so I think PRC is here. They brought some mechanisms for addressing some of the financial challenges. But it boils down to you and I paying our bills. It's a chain. We buy the product, we bring it, it is transmitted to us, we sell it. The expectation is that we will collect the money, it goes back through the chain to the IPPs and then the gas suppliers. But I must say that this system is not 100% efficient. And so we do have situations where it is difficult to take the money and pay it back to the providers. But we are improving. Also cost. It may cause them so. As I said, sitting in ECG, I know the challenge I face with getting money from my customers. Now, the IPPs may also have, because we are also a customer to the IPPs. So the IPPs in their statement may also cite challenges from their customer, which is ECG. So it's a chain that goes through and we all pinpoint financial challenges, as I said.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obey.
My colleague Kenneth Jesse, who is at this summit, is joining us for more. Kenneth, how are CSOs present at this meeting responding to ECG's problem of finances, which is creating the power cuts?
Well, Aisha, we've also had the VRA and GRICO also explain the reasons why the lights cannot be kept on, and VRA says there's an abundance of power plants at their disposal, but the main problem is there are usually no fuel to power these plants, and also there's the issue of maintenance of these power plants to make sure it does not lose its flexibility. And this unplanned fault, or there are unplanned faults which they have no control over. GRICO has also been raising similar concerns. They say they have excess capacity as well against demand, but without fuel, those capacities are rendered redundant, and these CSOs are urging these power producers to come clear, to be honest with the public about the real situation on the ground.
Kenneth Jesse is at that meeting. We'll be bringing you more of this in our subsequent bulletins. Let's get to Parliament, because the minority has called out the majority for failing to whip its members from the Vice President's campaign trail to perform parliamentary business. Parliament adjourned for the second time yesterday because both sides couldn't raise at least 92 members to form a quorum. Businesses including annual reports, agreements, bills, and the controversial tax waivers bill to be executed in the past 3 days have been shelved. Listen to members of Parliament for Tamale Central, Murtala Mohammed, and Ho West, Emmanuel Bejura.
Has to do with the unseriousness on the team he leads. There are only 7. Yesterday, they were just 5. Now, you think that it is important, Honorable Speaker, for us to discuss this matter. You are the leader of government business. What should be of concern to you is to ensure that your members are in the House. I came here by 8 o'clock. I was in this Parliament. I came and registered. Your members are still not here. They are following your presidential candidate dancing a zonto and saying, "Give me the steer." If you want us to take you serious, then have control of the people you lead. So get your people to come to this House. If not, I would have raised the issue of quorum, governed by Order 64 of the standing orders. I didn't do that because I know Mr. Speaker is in a very good mood, and I didn't want to frustrate that mood. Other than that, I would have raised the issue of quorum so that any time you don't have the numbers, we will not have any business of government transacting here. Your government is not serious. Sadly, this majority corpus themselves are not serious in ensuring that the business of government takes place in this House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I come under Order 64.3. A member may draw the attention of the person presiding at any time during the sitting that members present in the House constitute less than 1/3 of the number of all members of Parliament, which will be our 92 members. Mr. Speaker, as you can see now, we have 10 members here, 30 members here, making only 40. And so I am drawing your attention that the majority leadership does not have any business for us. Therefore, adjourn the House to tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm calling for a quorum. Thank you, Mr.
After attempts to bring members to the floor, only 47 MPs surfaced from both sides, compelling Speaker Alban Bagbin to adjourn.
We have truly a number of 47. 12, one person has entered, and then 35. Majority 12, minority 35. Total 47. So I will proceed to direct the clerk at table to cause the bell to be rung. If there's no quorum, then we do what you have agreed upon, suspend the sitting of the House for no more than 1 hour. If on resumption of the sitting there is no quorum upon the conduct of a head count, then the House shall stand adjourned. It's not the Speaker to adjourn it, but the House will stand adjourned. So with this, I will proceed to adjourn the sitting and the House. The House accordingly adjourned to tomorrow, where I pray we'll reconvene at 10 in the forenoon. The House is adjourned.
Well, Director of Advocacy and Policy Engagement at the Center for Democratic Development, Dr. Kojo Pumpuni Asante, is warning MPs absenteeism could worsen in this campaign season if leadership fails to whip members in line.
We're worried about it because even the Speaker has had cause to raise this matter on several occasions where MPs have just not attended to Parliament. For all kinds of reasons. The attendance has been very, very low. At the end of last year, there was a lot of complaints about that, and it seems to have continued again. So, and then the issue is that we are also getting into the very busy election period. And we know that from our history, that has always been a very, basically government activities, state activities come to a halt. And we see very low absenteeism. So just like Parliament is looking at its standing orders, it has to make a very strong effort to find the right incentives to ensure attendance is complied with. Because without that, you cannot really do government business.
Away from Parliament, the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CETAC, has declared an indefinite strike due to the government's non-compliance with the National Labour Commission's orders. The NLC ordered the government to pay CETAC members a month's salary as compensation for extra duties performed in 2022, but this remains unpaid. Additionally, the implementation of the staff adult audit scheduled to start on January 1, 2023 has been delayed. CETAG is also demanding the application of agreed upon allowance rates equivalent to those in public universities for its deserving members. According to CETAG President Prince Obinghema, these unresolved issues have led to the indefinite strike. He spoke with Mohammed Noordi.
They had to conduct staff audit to be able to establish the relativities. The staff audit was supposed to be conducted within time frame, not within a vacuum. Orders were that they ought to have finished the staff audit by 31st July. And when you finish with the staff audit, implement the outcome of the staff audit retrospectively. It means take it back to 1st January 2023 and then implement it. That has not been done. Again, the order was that the tutors had worked within the year 2022 without any form of break, which was a gross violation of their human rights, because you cannot ask your workers to work throughout the year without any form of break. So compensate them. We were initially asking for 2 months compensation for all the teachers who were involved. But in the wisdom of the commission, juxtaposing it with the economic condition of the country, say that, well, government, you cannot pay 2 months, but pay 1 month compensation to all the tutors who were involved. I mean, a lot of other things that were in there. As we speak now, not even one has been implemented. Not even one has been implemented. And you look at the economic situation we find ourselves in. You look at the death warrant they are signing for our people who go on retirement. We know that in Ghana, when you retire, the last salary you were on before retiring determines how the nation will take care of you whilst you are home. And these are people who ought to have benefited from this arrangement, so their salaries will see upward adjustment before they retire. And consequently, they will be able to, they will be taken care of properly when they retire. That wasn't done. It means that all those people there, after 60, when their ailments begin to show up, the need for money to be able to take care of their ailment come up. It means that those people are going to die early, and we don't have to supervise that. We don't have to encourage that. So we have put all these things together and we are saying that we are simply activating Section 159 of the Labour Act, which talks about legal strike, and we have followed due process, having exhausted all the things we ought to have done. So today, as we speak, we have sent a letter to the National Labour Commission and all the people who matter, and also sent letters to our members across the country to, as it were, activate this strike action across the 46 public colleges of education indefinitely, up until such a time that the government implement to the letter everything in the Arbitral Act, and it translates into payment of money into the accounts of our members across the 46 colleges of education.
The District Education Director of Afram Plains North has applauded the rejuvenation of sectoral support for education in deprived areas benefiting from the Communities of Excellence program. Solomon Akrugwa Azabila explains there has been some positive change in the attitudes of parents and community members towards education, and this is attributable to the Jacob Foundation funded project implemented with UNICEF's support. MFA Tiamwa Eli has more.
Communities of Excellence program, the capacities of teachers, parents, chiefs, community members, market women, and every stakeholder in education at the selected districts are built to empower and equip them to promote teaching and learning in their respective communities. School children in these hard-to-reach communities, on the other hand, receive specialized interventions to enhance their literacy and numeracy abilities. The program also provides opportunities for school dropouts and children who have never had access to education to learn basic reading and writing skills, even in their mother tongue. This initiative complements decades of other strategic efforts, including awareness creation, ensuring the right age for enrollment, reading festivals, leadership and debate sessions, all aimed at improving educational outcomes.
Branches, cancer of the lung.
A project inspection tour by program implementers and selected journalists revealed that after 2 years of the Communities of Excellence program, several communities in the Afram Plains district have started demonstrating a sense of ownership and electing themselves to drive changes that have eluded Ghana's educational system. For example, with the increasing number of school enrollments, existing school infrastructure faces more pressure, and there is a growing demand for more teachers in these areas. This development has compelled otherwise indifferent parents and stakeholders to take action and safeguard the futures of their children, particularly in an era where many government promises remain unfulfilled. Beyond enrolling their children in school, parents have availed themselves for training and awareness sessions facilitated by the Ghana Education Service with UNICEF support funded by the Jacobs Foundation. These trainings aim to help parents and community members better understand their roles and responsibilities towards their children's educational development and the importance of fulfilling these tasks.
Nti se ka se be jama aban teachers mu kwa eni say entimi boy no ho yam kwala ne da chi an ye penti eni ye fa sa teachers no e de kan so on the boy nti amande no kwala na additional no akwa ni
te say ye hwa se de huma so yakola ni mu ni de no kre na se wo so wuti ho no wa wo ba na che se da chi no wo ba ye mobo enu nti ni ya fato ye ho so de ni teacher fo yi ba ha yi ko ba ha fufura me so a chance ko gigi more sresre nam ye de abra wo se de be ye wo mani be ka na wo matimi ahwe ye ma na boa ye ni nti me fato me ho so me nante community ni nyina me ko me gigi more kakra ma gi nam ma ko ntini je ne me dabra wo mu eni ti e ma wo so ba ha no ma wo mani kapa wo so yire ye ho ye adwuma aboa ye
A visit to New Chiasi and surrounding hamlets along the Volta River in Kwewu Afram Plains, for instance, highlights the lack of health officers and teachers in these communities. The lack is motivating parents to prioritize their children's education with the hope of producing their own health officers and teachers, reducing their independence on limited government interventions.
School, idea. Tintima power my and I did be announced ye share hana, ye the teacher for by this the free chiriba, ye the nurses by this the free chiriba, like as a community no yentimum why and bantino, ama and ye may be a day, and cosy, and it is the nurse from say, ye better see about one colana boys school, now say a flam and Kaflam place here, Koran, ye hear teacher for and came for a flam place for you teacher for, ye hear nurses, I am for a flam place for you nurses for like I say a flam place crew so no and a new chayasi supum na bridge na crew na eden e tumpoko na nim.
At Adeba, to celebrate educational achievements and appreciate their benefactors, the School Management Committee and Parent Teachers Association of New Chiasi DA Primary and JHS handed over 50 dual desks to school authorities to accommodate the increasing student numbers. Notably, there are also ongoing construction of additional school infrastructure to augment the existing limited space. These include classrooms and libraries. Mary Siedu is a member of the New Chiasi School Management Committee. In island communities like Tokle, where teachers are scarce, the GES focal person for the Communities of Excellence program, Bismarck Anko, revealed the parents have engaged community teaching assistants trained under the Communities of Excellence program to educate their children.
The redevelopment of the La General Hospital is 20% complete. Minister of Health Bernard Okoboy, during a tour of the project site, reiterated government's commitment to ensuring construction is completed within the 28 months target. The facility was pulled down in July 2020 due to the poor state of its infrastructure. The sector minister believes when completed, the facility will reduce pressure on other hospitals in the country. More in this report.
In July 2020, the old La General Hospital was demolished due to several structural defects reported by the hospital's management. President Akufo-Addo on August 10 same year cut short for the commencement of construction of the hospital's redevelopment project. The commencement, however, delayed due to challenges in fundraising for the project. The Minister for Health, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, says government is committed to the construction of the hospital.
Once we are done, obviously, we will get all these services. And it will take pressure off some of the facilities in the Greater Accra region. Accra's population is going up. So, to be very honest with you, if you were looking at only last population, we wouldn't have built this size of a hospital. But the idea is to make sure that this facility comes to augment services, general health services, both primary and possibly the next stage, because we said it's even above a district hospital, but not at the level of, let's say, a teaching hospital. And so that is the message. This will help to take pressure off police hospital and at least Kolebu teaching hospital as well. And that's why government has gone out of its way to shoulder the project itself if the loans disbursement is becoming an issue. And please, again, that will be my last comment. Action is more powerful than words. We want it to come off beyond the wall so that the community will come along with you. And so we are committed. We'll make sure that they get the support, the releases to be on the project. Within the 28-month period, they started in January. So from January to now, we've had some number of months gone already. My prayer is that I'll be part of the commissioning of this project, and all of us should monitor it keenly.
Resident Project Coordinator Richard Dade says the project is 20% complete and they are working hard to meet the 28 months completion target.
First, we have 28 months within which to complete the project. And for now, the contractor is on track with his program of works. Number two, so far the structural works that have been done so far is at the level of 20%. So that's where we are, and it's on track. Well, the government is funding this 100%, and with the experience we got from the first certificate that was paid, the contract was paid within time. So we conclude that the funds are available for the completion of the project.
On her part, Member of Parliament for Lade Kotopon, Rita Odole Sowa, called on government to make funding available for the project to be completed in due time.
Polyclinic, when you go there, it's a very small place, and the population of Dade Kotopon, just Dade Kotopon, is over 300,000 or almost 300,000. And so for me today, seeing that progress of work, I would say I'm happy, but not too happy, because government has lied to the people of Dade Kotopon over the years. And today we are here to see the foundation. I have monitored the progress of work since they started digging the foundation, and then monitoring the progress of work, as in when they said, I came here once and there was water coming from the ground. They assured us that they were going to do the testing and to make sure that the right materials are used for the foundation. And believe you me, I'm excited about it, because it's the foundation that is going to carry the main project. And so if the foundation is done well, then I believe the project is going to go well. And so for me, as I said, I'm happy the project has taken off, but until I see the block work coming up, until I see the concrete, the casting of the floor and block work fully coming up, that's when I'll believe that the government is telling us what he has promised the good people of Dade Kotopon. But we are highly disappointed. It's almost 4 years.
And this afternoon, is it a repeat or revenge as Sunyani SHS clashes with defending Bono Zonal champions St. James Seminary in the grand finale of the 2024 Gore Regional Championship of the NSMQ later today. The Saints had in their last regional championship truncated the chances of Sunyani SHS to lift the trophy after they beat them by a landslide margin. But will the ladies up the mountain of Carmel allow the duo go at each other alone, or as they choose to describe it, pepper them? Emmanuel Bright Kwaku brings us a wrap of the first series of contests in the regional championship from Sunyani.
After a painful defeat to St. James Seminary in 2021, Sunyani SHS is back and poised for action to repay the pain caused them.
Actually, because we were informed to, we didn't know we didn't have enough content to be able to match them. But right now, we have enough content and we know that we can.
We're matching the boot for boot. Yeah. It's going to be a repeat or a revenge?
Something different.
Something different doesn't answer.
A win, of course. So meaning the regional, of course, the regional champions.
The
Saints are unfazed by the challenge, despite a shaky start in the championship.
Quite, let me say, disappointed with the round one because I was expecting more. Maybe the questions did not go in our favor. However, I was expecting they put up something good.
Honestly, I believe that no, because yes, because with God all things are possible. So we don't really, the points don't speak because it's a different contest. So yes, when we miss, then we see.
Great Kings.
The students from Kintampo SHS are eyeing to lift the trophy to the city of waterfalls.
You see, when we started, we hit ourselves, and as time went on, we showed them that we are undergrass, so we came out and strike.
Kintampo is the best in the Bono East. In fact, in the Bono Ahafu zone. In terms of,
wouldn't agree with it.
No, in terms of science and maths quiz, St. James is nowhere close to Kintampo Senior High. We are 2 times quarter finalists. St. James just did some bats, and we've been consistent since 2015. That's our maiden edition. We've been consistent up to now. So they should watch out.
But the ladies from Mount Carmel SHS are not ready to let the trophy go.
Well, this time we are here to show them pepper. That's just all. So they should wait for us. No, they should get some bottles of water because they are going to drink. Pepper them.
We're still live on Joy News today. We'll take a break. When we return, there's business.
Joining us today, my name is Winston Taki, and now to a first business story. According to projections, climate change is expected to erode Ghana's GDP by approximately 5 to 15% by 2030. Speaking to Joy Business, Stanbic Investment Managing Services Managing Director Kwabena Boama highlighted the urgency for businesses to adopt sustainable and responsible investing practices particularly in environmental, social, and governance areas. Stanbic Investment Management Services has reaffirmed its dedication to sustainability and responsible investing in Ghana. In an interview with Joy Business, the managing director of SIMS, Kwabena Boama, emphasized that addressing environmental, social, and governance issues is now a fundamental priority for the company.
The key thing is that our environment is currently being destroyed. We've had the issues around Galamsey, we've had the issues around deforestation, we've had the issues around even our sea being contaminated with a lot of plastics. The question is, which institutions are financing these? Focusing on green investing means that we're channeling finances and money to areas that do not destroy our environment. That also fosters inclusion for all of mankind. So we are hoping that our clients will join us, work towards ensuring that we have a better tomorrow, not just for today.
Advisor on Sustainable Banking and Finance Network, Nuru Mugambi, cautioned about the medium-term impact of climate change.
According to the African Development Bank, we expect that climate change will erode our GDP by between 5 to 15%. So if you can remember the loss we experienced, when you can remember how SMEs struggled, when you can remember how our economies contracted, inflation rates spiked, we should expect 5 times worse with climate change if the effects will unfold as we expect by 2030.
The launch of SIM's Responsible Investing Initiative aims to encourage businesses to align with the Sustainable Development Goals, national ESG initiatives, and global ESG trends. Now, the Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Justice Bawele, has indicated that it is important to explore the collaborative opportunities to deepen engagement between industry, academia, and rural communities. He mentioned that this is key to addressing some challenges affecting the agricultural sector, hence increasing productivity among these farmers. He was speaking at a workshop on supporting rural communities in relation to farming.
Engagement was a collaborative effort to develop a comprehensive framework that would define the structure and objective of our community of practice, establish effective knowledge-sharing platforms, and create a rural innovation ecosystem that ensures sustainability and growth.
The soaps, creams, and all of that, which are exported. In Accra, you don't see that a lot because they don't come to Accra. They fly to Europe, and when you go to shops in Europe, that's where you find them. Now, such great activities exist, but we also are within the university systems, and we are struggling to see what we can do. And so this project, community of practice, collaborative community of practice, it's meant to help us, as it were, and as has been nicely explained by the Pechampon, to bring together all like-minded and active groups to ensure that we can leverage the powers that each of us has into building a network of practice that can spare ourselves into achieving a lot more.
Project Director at the University of Ghana Business School Innovation Hub, Dr. George Champon, called for more engagement between the rural, academic, and the industry.
I think that there is a lot that is missing. I mean, right from the innovations themselves, how you even translate them. When we started in phase 1 last year, one of the things we learned was even talking to rural folks.
That's all for business. My name is Winston Taki. We'll be back with sports after this break. Stay tuned.
Time time for Sports on GN Today. My name is Haruna Mubarak. Now, the final games of the Ghana Premier League will come off on Sunday with all eyes on Fosu Jabo Park, where Bechem United will face Hearts of Oak. The Phobians are in desperate need of 3 points to avoid relegation. Now, their former Chief Executive Officer, Harry Zakor, he has blamed the current management for the team's slumping form.
We left the club in 2002.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Nia Ibonte took over from me, and he took, I think, a knockout of a few things he did. But where the club is going now, they're never in 1 or 2 or 3, 4 on the league.
Yeah.
So every morning when we look at the papers and we find out house is not doing well, we don't feel good. So we are not against anybody who is running the club. Togbe is doing his best. He's doing all his 100% best. But he must have people to work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you look at the board, they don't understand football.
The board does not understand football.
Most of them, they don't understand. I think maybe Ivan Moss understand. Frank Nelson is not at the board anymore. And how do you see this club can run? Those directors at the board, do they follow the club or they meet the club when even in the camp? You know, footballers, they are like women. You got to visit them. I remember the late Jones, I took with you. He will call me maybe Thursday or Friday. Harry, where are you?
Okay.
I'm around. I'll be coming. He will call me 1 or 2 times. By then, me and Ibote will be sleeping with the boys in the camp.
At the camp?
Yes.
Me and Ibote sleeping with the boys?
Yes, those days.
Wow.
Because we wanted the result. And Stephen Akwetetu may be there. We all, Ernest, Maxwell Addo, Ernest Kwashi, you know, Fifi Forcing, we all will go to the camp on Saturday. We sit with the boys. And we ask Jones how is your... No, Friday we'll go to the training grounds.
And that's it for Sports on GN Today. My name is Haruna Mubarak. Showbiz comes up shortly.
Good afternoon, welcome to the Showbiz segment with me, Jacqueline and Suma Yabwa. Now to our first story. Kamido's remarkable music career hasn't shielded him from encountering dark times. In an interesting comeback story, the Ghanaian musician has turned his heartbreak into music after a challenging year marked by a viral smoking scandal a month ago and a devastating personal crisis. Kamido has bounced back with a new single, Nothing Lasts Forever, which made waves on the internet yesterday.
Just a month ago, a video of Kamido smoking went viral, sparking widespread criticism. However, the resilient artist has emerged from this turbulent period stronger and more inspired than ever. His latest song, Nothing Lasts Forever, marks his return to the music scene after a brief hiatus. Kamido revealed that his break was prompted by a severe heartbreak, which led to a deep depression and necessitated therapy.
He was wrong with him. Is he okay?
It did look like maybe he was going through something.
Why 50-50? If you are concluding to say a bad guy, I'm going to follow me.
Kamido, have you been smoking?
Yeah.
What happened to you? No judgment, but can you tell me what happened?
We broke up.
His new song, inspired by this painful experience, delves into the highs and lows of love, urging listeners to approach relationships with a blend of emotion and logic to avoid the pain he endured. However, Kamido is hitting all the right musical note again. It looks like his heartbreak has mended his melody, proving that even after a rough break, he's back to making records and not breaking hearts of fans. For Joy News, I am Jacqueline Ansma Yabua.
Reigning TGMA Artist of the Year, Stonebwoy, has broken the silence on why he did not show up at the Salah Fest held at Abeka on April 11, 2024. Now, Stonebwoy's absence from the show raised concerns among event patrons and other music enthusiasts. On Daybreak Hits on Hits FM, Stonebwoy disclosed the reason he did not perform at the event.
We disengaged because he went ahead to post the flyers where we're not supposed to be advertised. Internally, we're not supposed to be advertised for these events. We're not paid. It's not a paid event. Even if it was, we have our modus operandi where we needed, okay, these are charity shows that I've left Yankee and come and I really want to do. We have label situations going on that we have different ways. So these are charity shows, basically free shows. So the plan was not to be advertised. So why then did I do Nima? Nobody saw any proper advertisement. So they were in contact. By the time they would even finish for me to hear it, Papa Sadiq has gone ahead to post a flyer. He even posted a wrong flyer because of, I think maybe, I don't know what his plans were, which is confirmed. We have screenshots, the slides. Else you're going to be disrupting somebody else's show to be like, I'm not going to be there. You know the regular. So anybody who's going there in expectation of Stonebwoy shouldn't be there. We didn't do none of those. This tells you that we have great intentions. At least we still believe that we're good. So we wouldn't do that. It's only unfortunate that that didn't happen. He goes on to advertise Chatawale. That is his event. It's normal. That is all that there was. That's it. And then the insult of my life came through.
Well, some young people are thriving in this hard Ghana. In a new yet-to-air weekly program, my colleague Derek Elom Ashilevi sits with young, influential individuals who are succeeding in this Ghana on Talk No Dey Cook Rice podcast. He delves into the minds to discover how these young people are keeping their heads above water while everyone else is struggling. Catch the premiere episode this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. on Joy News Channel. We have excerpts.
After I was done with 4 years of journalism in GIJ, I made up my mind I was not going to be a journalist.
Really?
I had to be very honest with you.
What changed your mind?
It's not like what changed my mind. As the course unfolded, the first year, the second year, the third year, I was clear on that. No, I don't do journalism. Nah,
so is it fair to say, how did you end up here?
All the while, first year, second year, I didn't do any media internship, nothing. Wow. Because I had zero. I didn't have a plan of settling in the media space whatsoever.
Do I like a particular brand of cereal? Yeah, I go chop. Like, I don't like it, but I go chop. Like, if you've been hungry before, everything matters. I look at my friends, I look at what they're doing, I look at what they're putting in. I don't want to be that guy that's always waking up and asking people for Momo.
How did you become so good that naturally everybody wants you on their projects?
Garbage in, garbage out. I learn a lot. The whole film, photography thing is an interest to me. It is not difficult for me to study in that field. I enjoy watching tutorials. I enjoy learning more, to get to know more things.
Why don't you have a you've arrived mind? Because you've arrived.
I haven't arrived.
I really like it when people encounter me and after they leave, maybe years later, I'll be the reason why maybe someone didn't give up in life.
On that note, is a wrap for the showbiz segments with me, Jacqueline and Suma Yabua.
But did I hear Camido say the heartbreak?
Yeah, it influences his...
Anyway, that's talk for another day. Thank you for bringing us showbiz. That'll be it for the bulletin. Log on to myjournline.com for more. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Enjoy the rest of our programs.